Good evening, guys. How's everybody doing this evening? Everybody doing all right? 노금찬님, 영균님, 영인민님, Gentonic, Country Kim, Countryman. What a mundane Monday. Is it? You're listening to Chanyeol team? Oh, that's right. Maybe I shouldn't have streamed tonight. That's alright. Yeah, I guess I'm doing alright. I'm streaming, so as I always say, whenever I'm streaming, I'm having a better than average day. Good evening. Tennis player's name? I don't believe we've met. My day was okay, I guess. It was alright. Hey, Dino Neem, what's up? Oh, cool. Thanks, man. Thanks. Looking back at it, I did put a lot of time and effort into it. It's been through a number of various different looks, I guess you could say. It's become a thing after that movie. What's become what after what movie? Really? But come on, who uploads more frequently than I do, and who streams more often than I do? Like, we hang out almost every day, guys. Come on. Oh yeah, that's right. You know, I had to figure something else out because the short beanie that I was wearing before, it just was getting a little bit too warm in here for that. So good evening. Aramingonim. How are you guys doing? I have a runny nose and stuffy nose that took medicine. It makes me sleepy. Ooh, okay. So it must be like some sort of antihistamines or something. Are you coming down with something? A snack? Yeah, I guess you could say that. I'm just having some nuts. You guys like nuts? On YouTube, there's an 8 to 9 second clip of Robin Williams. Oh, okay. I do. Thank you very much for saying so. There's absolutely no reason for me to look better than usual, but I really appreciate the comment. Thank you very much. Hello. I spent watching movie today. You spent time watching a movie today? Sugun D's nuts. I don't even know what Sugun D's are. I have no idea what that is. What are Sugun D's nuts? Are they a type of nuts? You think you have a cold but not serious? Okay, that's good to hear. So your symptoms are not that serious. How long has it been? Couple days? Few days? Nuts are good for your health. Yeah, as long as you don't eat too much of them, right? You love Winamp? Oh yeah, I love Winamp too. Nothing really beats the look of Winamp. I can't really speak for its functionality and features, but just when it comes to the looks, like nothing really comes close, to be honest. Landslides occurred that completely buried villages in farmland. Wisdom opens that allows. 이 두 문제는 다시 똑같이 쓰여요. Landslides occurred that completely buried. Landslides occurred that completely buried villages. Wisdom opens that allows. I really wish I could see the entire context of those, or rather how those sentences were used, because, I mean, yeah, the first one looks okay. I guess you could say landslides occurred that completely, yeah, that sounds fine. Wisdom opens that allows. The second one doesn't sound right to me. What do you guys think? It just doesn't sound right to my ears. I think the second one, it's probably being used in a different kind of context as opposed to the first one. It's really hard to tell with just those, with just that part of the sentence. So many people on the bus. Yeah. Oh yeah, you know, I was out early, quite early this morning, and there were a lot more cars than usual. I admit it was around 9 o'clock, so I was probably getting the, experiencing the, pretty much the end of rush hour, but it still, considering that it was rush hour, there were a lot of cars, a lot more than I expected. Just a few days? Okay. Sipping some hot tea now is probably a good idea. You should get some Theraflu. Theraflu hot tea. They're so good. They taste so good. I think Theraflu hot Theraflu tea actually tastes better than a lot of other teas that I've tried. When experience accumulates to a certain point and crosses a threshold, wisdom opens that allows one to know without having experienced it. I see. Okay. So I'm not really familiar with that sort of phrasing now. Okay, so now that I know the context, it makes perfect sense to me. But still, even looking at this context here, that part where you said, where it says wisdom opens that allows, it still, I don't know, it still sounds a bit awkward to my ears. I guess I'm just not very familiar with like literature writing, you know what I mean? Or like formal writing. I'm not really sure if you can even call that literature. Second one doesn't make sense. Yeah, I don't know, it just sounds a bit off for some reason. Do I usually, this is not a durag. It's a skull cap. It's what you wear beneath a hat or a helmet. It's not actually a durag. I know it kind of looks like a durag, but it's not a durag. Is your car a Jeep Wrangler Sahara? No, it's not a Sahara. It's a Rubicon. Why do you ask? Let me make sure to get some Theraflu night tea tomorrow. Yeah. Oh, and those make you really, really drowsy. So if any of you guys ever have a hard time falling asleep at night, just get a box of those Theraflu nighttime tea. Yeah, it'll put you right to sleep. You like Wranglers? Yeah. I mean, no car is perfect. Unless you find the perfect car. Yeah, I guess they're okay. They're not great. Especially the mileage isn't that great. Get horrible mileage on that thing. All I do is just drive my dogs around and we go to the park and stuff. We hardly ever go anywhere more, anywhere further than like a half an hour distance. And still, that's like, that eats up gas like nothing. You have severe insomnia? Although, because I don't think you can really, I think the only place you can get Theraflu is from a pharmacy, like a drugstore, right? You should definitely ask the pharmacist if it's okay for you to drink Theraflu even when you don't have a cold, because I don't know, maybe it could be bad for you, you know. 판피린 F? Sounds like a bug repellent. 영어 문장 녹음 후 듣기 연습 중인데 말할수록 목소리가 저음으로 내려가는데 첫 시작부터 텐션 높여서 말해야 할까요? There may be a number of different reasons why that happens. My guess is that you get so focused on the text that you kind of forget to just speak like normal. You know what I mean? I think that's probably what's happening. And so if I were you, I would just try to go a little slower. Go a little slower when you're when you're reading or talking. And just try to focus on putting more life into whatever it is that you're saying. So whether you're reading or just speaking off the top of your head, whatever you're doing, as long as you're speaking, just go a little slower. Really think about and try to internalize what you are saying. And just make sure that you breathe more life into whatever it is that you're saying as much as you can. And I think probably one of the first ways you can practice that is when you're reading. When you're reading, just... yeah, instead of just... so your goal should not just be just to, go from the very beginning of the sentence and just reach the end of the sentence. That should not be your goal. Your goal should be to really deliver that sentence in a very convincing way, so that it actually sounds like you're saying that thing, I hope that makes sense. 판피린 F, okay. It must be a new version. 그냥 판피린, right? Of the regular, okay. F, Silent Hill F. 감기에는 레몬 생강을 꿀에 재운 티 is the best? 꿀에 재워? Does that mean like just submerging it in the tea? 재워? Are you into a car like G-Wagon or not really. I guess the main reason I decided to buy the car that I have right now, that I drive right now, is because of its size and because of I don't know. Yeah, and it looks like really sturdy, right? And from what I've been told, it's easier to clean, although I don't really clean it that often. You could like clean the interior of the car with a water hose. You can just kind of hose it down. And so, and you can like remove the doors and stuff. I don't know. I wasn't really planning on doing a lot of off-road driving or going camping with that thing, although I really would like to someday. But it just seemed like, it seemed like a good idea to, choose that car because I have like 2 dogs, and one of them is a pretty big dog, and it just seemed appropriate at the time when I was choosing what car to buy. Have you ever taught English to intermediate and advanced students? If so, do you have any particular advice? It depends on the learner. I don't believe that there is sure, you could come up with a set of, I think it really depends on the material. It has to begin with the learner. Like, why are they learning English? Because there are quite a few out there who are learning English in order to prepare for a very specific type of use, like in a work environment, to communicate with business partners. Some of these people have very specific use cases, and so if that is the case, you have to take that into account, and just try to keep the topic within that area. Whereas there are a few out there who are just learning the language just to be able to use the language, maybe not at a native level, but somewhere they want to eventually get somewhere close to that. And if that's the case, you can pretty much do whatever you want. And it also really depends on what their interests, where their interests lie, you know what I mean? Leonardo DiCaprio. I never noticed that his pronunciation was all that good. Does he have good, does he enunciate? It's interesting. It's probably because I use a very good mic. New version is pumpkin night. Night is not caffeine. Oh, it's non-caffeinated. Okay. Wow, that's very nice of you to say. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Soak ginger in honey. That sounds good in and of itself. Like, regardless of whether or not you're sick, I don't care about the health benefits of them. It actually sounds pretty good. Although, you mean like raw ginger? Raw ginger? Hey, Wakeham님, what's up? I teach them practical expressions they can use in real life, and the remainder of my class we just free talk, but I feel like it's so cliche. Well, that's, again, it really depends on what kind of, how you view yourself, like what you view yourself of being, what kind of, I really hate using the word teacher because I don't really believe that I'm teaching anybody anything. I feel more like a coach or like an assistant. I feel like that I'm just simply, let's be real. I'm not really teaching anybody anything because it's impossible to teach anybody anything. You can only help them learn. That's really what you're doing. And so I am very careful about using the word teacher, but I guess there's really no better way to put it. But so for a lack of a better word, I'm just going to say teacher. So it really depends on what kind of teacher you want to be or you see yourself being. And in my case, whether or not what I do is cliche, that's really secondary. All I really care about, my number one priority, is that I want to help people gain practical skills. That's my main concern. And I don't know, if I were if I had the right kind of character or personality, I'm pretty sure I could, I could have been a much more fun teacher, the kind that people actually want to learn from and spend time with. But since my main concern is helping people gain practical skills, now that process, in my mind, it really can't be just fun. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I get it. Really depends. Did you eat dinner? I'm gonna order. You're gonna order a pizza? Thinking of eat combination or pepperoni. Pepperoni. As long as it's real pepperoni. There are a lot of pizza places that use fake pepperoni. It's just like ham. And I hate ham on pizzas. Well, I don't hate it, but I hate it when they say it's pepperoni, but then it's just some sort of ham. So yeah, like pepperoni has to have that really spicy and that very, it has a very unique scent to it, right? Sam, warm lemon ginger tea soaked in honey will help you a lot. Me? Okay. Well, I'm not feeling particularly sick right now. Why is everybody... Wait, do I sound sick? I don't feel sick. I don't know. Maybe I am sick. I mean, who really knows? How do you know you're not sick, huh? How do you know? It was such a hectic Monday as usual. This live is so great. Good way to de-stress. Wow, really? Is that how you view this? Oh, that's great, man. Really appreciate it. Maria, you're definitely my English teacher. Well, it's very nice of you to see me that way. But the real learning power is actually with you. I mean, all I can do is just kind of be there and try to be an assistant. Stupid weather can't make up its mind if it's sunny or rainy. It rained quite a lot this morning, didn't it? I don't know how long it continued raining, but it did rain quite a lot this morning. Sliced raw lemon, including the peel. You mean the skin? Okay. And sliced raw ginger, including the peel. Okay. Soaked in... Okay. It's... all right. So just... Okay. Ginger, lemon, and hot water, basically, right? Ginger, lemon, and honey in hot water, basically. Maybe you are sick. 아플 것 같지? That's so nice of you to say, Kaidonim. I've never had anybody say that to me before, but my voice, it doesn't sound too bad. Like compared to a couple months ago when I had that really bad congestion from the sinusitis, it was really, really bad, right? Oh man, I don't know how I survived that phase. It was just horrible. Go for pepperoni. All right. Just make sure they use real pepperoni. You should call them up and ask them, hey, you guys use real pepperoni or that fake shit? You're in a pickle. I tell them that is going to be a long and sometimes tedious process, but you know how they want it done quickly. Oh, yeah. That's right. But yeah, I gotcha. That's just how it is. I think if there was one thing that I could change about myself, it would be my ability to entertain people and just be, just generally a more fun guy. I think it would have helped a lot in helping people stay more interested, stick around, But it is what it is, I guess. We can't really run from who we are, really, can we? I'm also a French learner. Oh, you're learning French. Okay. I always think that my French would improve really fast if I had a French teacher. Well... I guess what you mean by that is someone who spent as much time as I did with you, right? Because I think if there's one thing that I'm doing pretty well is spending a lot of time with my learners, with the community. because I've said this a number of times before, but I think that's what really makes the difference. It's the time that you spend using English, and that's how I'm trying to help my learners. Do I go running these days? I've been kind of lazy these past several days. I really need to be get back at it. Yeah, thanks for reminding me. This is your first time joining the stream. Welcome to the stream. It's nice to have you with us. So for this first hour until around 9 o'clock, no, not 9 o'clock, because then we're cutting it too close. I guess until around 8:50, like 10 to 10, we're gonna be just sitting here chatting, making small talk, and I'm willing to answer any of your questions that you might have about pretty much anything. And around 9 o'clock, we're gonna start our second half of the stream, which where we will get into a dialogue together. Why do I feel like we've already done this dialogue? Hopefully we haven't. Real pepperoni spicy. Yes, kind of. I guess there are different types of pepperoni. But yes, like generally speaking, I think real pepperoni usually has a bit of spiciness to them. So I always eat salted. Well, yeah, they are, very savory, very salty in some cases, sure. I mean, pizza is, I guess, if you're thinking of like American pizza, they're very salty, right? Bunch of sodium. But if you're thinking of like European pizza, a lot of them are, yeah, there is a lot of surprisingly very healthy tasting pizzas out there. The warm tea of dried petals of magnolia is very good for rhinitis, nasal inflammation. I'm into natural therapy these days, so I just wanted to... Oh, that's great. Okay, I don't understand half of what you said here. Okay, I'm lying. I don't understand like 90% of what you said here. Like, I don't even know what petals are, and I don't even know what magnolia is. But I can look it up, right? The duck mask. Yeah, I have the duck mask somewhere over there. I asked them the question about Korean on cacao, and they said they couldn't really give me a clear answer since it's all about nuance. After thinking about it, I figured out the difference myself. Ah, cool. Was it like was it a question regarding an expression or some sort of phrase? Most of the questions that I have is related to spacing. I get stuck with spacing so much. I had a ton of hail in the afternoon. What? Really? You got hail? In Daegu today? This morning? Jeez. I don't think I've ever seen hail in Korea. You heard running is very good for health. Yes. But I don't know how it is, how much the air pollution affects you when you run in when the air quality is very, very bad, because we've had a lot of very bad air quality lately. And so I don't know how much that affects. I feel like it affects me quite a lot because, just spending a couple hours out there in bad air quality, I immediately feel it in my throat and in my lungs too. It feels like I just like smoked 20 cigarettes and So I guess it's really important if you're going to be out there spending time outside when the air quality is bad. I guess it's kind of important to drink a lot of water when you're out there. That's probably the very least you could do to protect yourself. Oh, thank you. Yeah, it was so weird. Not only had it been really long since I seen a newspaper right in front of me, the smell of the ink and the oil from the paper and the printing, it brought back so many memories. It was so nostalgic, and seeing a whole page and half of a page covered with that image, and the article was just so surreal. It was insane. It was so weird. It was so weird seeing that. I guess it's the same in English too. It all depends on how you say it. Sometimes ask you some questions and then realize what I figured out was not bad. You're not just a tutor to me. Well, I mean, you know, I think one of the things that I probably do a little too much of for my own good is reminding people, like helping people stay rooted in reality, and always reminding them, you know, always trying to, instead of giving them the answers, which I could sometimes, but always trying to steer them in the right direction, always trying to, you know, be more of a guide rather than a machine that spits out answers. I think that's probably something I should try to do less of. I don't know. There's really no answer to something like this, right? Please make a frame of it. That's actually what my wife said, and I thought, make a frame? And then she said, well, how else are you going to protect it? Like, keep it safe, keep it in good condition. Because, yeah, I guess you could say it makes for a good souvenir. I don't know. I never really thought about doing that. It's your first time here, but you've been lurking on my channel for a while. Okay, well, hey, it's great to see you actually joining the chat. Welcome. It's nice to see you. It's good to talk to you. Sound weird, bizarre? Weird is just a much broader and just a more commonly used word. I guess you could say bizarre is just... it just has a slight more emphasis over weird. So they're basically the same. It's just that bizarre is... It's just like, yeah, it's more of an emphasized version of weird. The meanings, as far as I understand, they're pretty much the same. Not a whole lot of difference, especially in the way they're used and their meaning. Yeah. Although I think I just realized that I don't think people usually describe someone as being bizarre. Bizarre is usually when you're referring to a situation or a thing. Whereas weird can be used, as I said, it's used much broadly. So you could use weird to describe someone, a person, like he's weird, but you don't say she's bizarre. You know what I mean? You guys realize this too, right? You guys are hearing me saying this and you're realizing it too, right? Oh, that's right. Yeah, we never really describe a person as being bizarre. I feel like you've also experienced some sort of identity crisis with a childhood like that. Oh man, you should have seen me in the year 2000. What year was that? 2000, like 2000. Oh shit, like 2014 and 15. You probably haven't seen any pictures of me back then, right? Yeah, I was going through a huge identity crisis. Yeah. I think I don't know if anybody here came to my CGV event when my first book came out. I showed them pictures of myself during some pictures from those years, and I think a lot of people were shocked and decided to unsubscribe. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of there was a point that I was trying to make at that event, but I don't think I really got across to I don't think I got my message across to a lot of people. I didn't communicate very well. No, don't watch that. I take it back. I was lying. Everything that I said at that event, I was lying. Oh yeah, absolutely, yeah. I was just trying to sound smart, and I was just trying to sound special. Yeah, everything I said there was all made up. It's all a lie. Yeah. What is this real translation? Translation? Oh, you mean the captions? Not translation. Man, wouldn't that be awesome if there was a system like this that could translate that could produce like translated text of everything that I was saying, that would be insane. I don't think we're that far off. I don't think we're that far off. I think it's coming soon. I have a feeling in the next couple of years. In the next couple of years, we'll be seeing that. And as soon as I get my hands on it, I will definitely implement it into my my system here. I really appreciate just being able to talk about Korean with you. I'm not just saying I don't really get to have conversations like this. You know what I mean? Talk about Korean. Yeah, you know, it's interesting for us nerds. It's kind of interesting to talk about that stuff, right? Just only use situation for bizarre. Yeah, I think so. I think so. Oh, you remember those photos? Kaido, were you there? Oh gosh. I wonder if they made you pose like that on purpose. I mean, maybe they planned it. They planned it to bring back some nostalgia. I'm afraid to ask them. So I'm not gonna. I mean, because there's no point in speculating, right? If I really wanted to know why they did that, I guess I could just call them up and ask. But I'm afraid to find out the truth. So I'm just gonna sit here and speculate for a bit, and say that I have a feeling that the reason they decided to make me, you know, do that pose, and the reason they chose that picture to go in their newspaper article, is because they have this formula. The formula is English teacher who published a book and has something to say to people about learning English. Oh, then it must be this pose. I think that's kind of what was operating at the moment. You know what I mean? There's smart glasses in China where it translates real time whoever you're talking to. I see. Okay. So, you know how in the Marvel universe, I don't know if you guys enjoyed watching any of those superhero movies in the Marvel universe, there is this, I don't think this was ever explicitly explained or described within the movie. It's kind of a fun little fact that was, I think it was, I don't know, brought up in an interview or something. So I think someone at some point asked, how do all these people from different galaxies who most likely speak completely different languages, how do they all speak the same language? How do they communicate? And so there is this theory. I don't know if it's just a theory or if it's something that the producer or the creators or the writers actually explained, but they all have this technology where it instantly translates all languages across all galaxies. It's kind of unrealistic if you think about it, but how far are we from having a technology like that? I have no idea. Yeah, I really have no idea. Will there come a time when people just speak their own language and people just instantly can understand everyone, without any delay? I guess, someday, maybe. But then how is that possible? Because how will the translator know what you're going to say before you finish the sentence? Because if there is to be no delay at all, then the translator, whatever technology, that we're using, it needs to understand what you're gonna say, even. You know what I mean? Like, when you begin your sentence, the translator has to know what you're gonna say. But how is the translator gonna know what you're gonna say? You know what I mean? I missed CGV event from time to time. It reminds me of that Thursday around, probably I think the event was held around May, right? I don't know. Reminded me of some old photos in my 20s. My friends and I took photos like that on purpose. Old vibe, like your mom's atmosphere. You're so blessed to have. Oh no, I'm so lucky to have you guys. What are you talking about? Stop making me want to cry. Although it's online, I think you're so genuine. Genuine. Well, I think I do a really good job of portraying a certain kind of image. Come on, let's be honest here. I only show you what I want to show you. But I appreciate the comment. I'll be really honest. I try to be as honest and as authentic as I can. Obviously, I can't be 100% honest and authentic, you know what I mean? But I do my best to be as honest and straightforward and transparent as I can. As much as I can, at least. Photo mention. Oh. Caption laugh a lot. I don't know why I said translation. I just get mixed. Words just get mixed up in your head, right? Am I using some kind of app for that? Well, it's a plugin. It's an OBS plugin. OBS is probably the most widely used streaming software out there. And OBS has a lot of plugins that you can use, and this is one of those plugins. It's called like closed captioning for something. I forget the name. Today midnight 3 a.m. my 팀플 Ajo they're any send Kakao Talk until what? They suddenly started to talk about the task. 그래서 오늘 교수님이 감점 주셨어요. What? What? I don't get it, man. What are you talking about? 팀플 Ajo they're any send Kakao Talk. What? They suddenly started to talk about what? What happened? I don't get it. I have a feeling you watch Joe Rogan. If so, glad to hear it because I'm a huge fan of his podcast as well. Oh, Joe Rogan, yeah. I don't. I actually, there are probably because, like, he interviews like a whole lot of people, right? I've only seen interviews of people that I'm interested in, like. I've only seen a handful of his interviews, but I do like what he does, like those long format conversations with people. Yeah, I think my favorite was the one with Bob Lazar. Yeah. No, Andy, I don't know what you were saying. It's not easy to portray a certain kind of image to me. Well, I guess what I'm trying to say is, yeah, one thing that I can promise you, and one thing that I can say with confidence is that I try to be as authentic and as honest as I can. I guess what that means is even if you were to see me in real life and actually spend time with me offline, then I would be more or less the same. Like, the kind of, like, the way I treat you guys, the way I talk to you, the way I act, the way I talk and everything, pretty much who I am. I don't know. Yeah. 과제 미출자. Oh! So you didn't even finish the like, what happened? What happened? Speaking of identity, do you mind if I ask you what you think of my identity? I hope I'm not. Oh, you're not being rude at all. No, how could that be rude? Don't be ridiculous. What do I think of my identity? I don't. I don't think about my identity, really. And you know what? Like, when you think about our relationship here, I don't think what I think of my identity or who I am really matters at this point. It's what really matters is what you guys think of me. Like, really, like, let's be honest. Like, what does it really matter what I think? because that's not going to change how you view me. So I take those Hollywood style animations after that started enjoy. I don't bother myself any longer to make it clear. I take those Hollywood style animations after that started enjoying them. I'm not sure what you were trying to say, Youngnim. For your information, new episode of his second interview with Bob Lazar. Really? He did a second interview? But then, what would he talk about? Man, how did he even get him on his podcast? Because from what I understand, Bob Lazar is kind of tired of talking about his story. But then, if you think about it, he did have a... he wasn't really feeling that well in his first interview. I think he had a very terrible migraine. I remember him talking about that, and so he wasn't really... I don't know. I guess this one could be better. I'm definitely going to see it. I'm definitely going to see that one. You've seen it already? It's crazy? Oh, I'm definitely going to see that, yeah. The only podcast I listen to these days is PBD. PBD. I don't know what PBD is. What does that stand for? What does that stand for? PBD. I have no idea what PBD is. I actually don't tune into any podcasts regularly. I do. What was that guy's name? I think it's... What was that dude's name? Lex Friedman? You guys know Lex Friedman? I think the only two podcast YouTube channels that I sometimes tune into are those two. Joe Rogan and Lex Friedman. I don't know what it is about the guy, but it's just... something about it is just so funny. Lex Friedman is... I don't know. Like, there's something weird about the dude. Like, you can barely ever see him laugh or smile. He barely laughs or smiles. He's just always really serious, and but I don't know. There's something about him that just cracks me up. I just see his face and it makes me smile. Maybe it's because I know that there's another side of him that he's not really showing people. Still, it's Bob Lazar. Can't complain. Yeah, Bob Lazar. I actually believe him. I think he's smart enough to make up his story. And so, I mean, it's fascinating either way. Whether or not he's telling the truth, I think it's just fascinating. Even if he's not telling the truth, I think it's really fascinating. The story that he's been telling all these years, the story itself is just very, very interesting. And so it really, it's fun to think about. I think it's really hard to be authentic in general, you know what I mean? Oh yeah, of course, yeah. If I'm being honest, I think I'm a lot more straightforward, authentic, and honest with you guys than anyone else that I know in real life. Of course, aside from my own family, of course. Yeah. Like, for example, there's this coffee shop that I go to probably almost every other day. And, I talk to the owner there. I feel like we're pretty close. And I don't think I'm really that straightforward or honest with him as I am with you guys. So, I don't know. Maybe it's because you guys feel like almost like family at this point, to be honest. Especially those on Discord. Not as good as the first one. Oh, really? Okay. Wonder why that is. It's probably because they've pretty much talked about everything there is to talk about, right? Patrick Bet David? Okay. Is that the name of 3 dudes? I grabbed a bite to eat listening to that. Oh, cool. Okay, you're full. Feel good. All right. What'd you get? Lex Friedman. And he's really smart too, isn't he? I think he used to be a developer or something. It's like a software engineer he used to be. Take them as cartoons. Take them as cartoons. From my perspective, people do notice eventually, they just don't say it. Notice what? My team members for Group A didn't say a word until Saturday, and then suddenly started blasting Kakao Talk at 3 a.m. today. I kept pushing them to get it done, but we ended up missing the deadline. I see, okay. So everyone was just kind of, they were just kind of ignoring the entire project, the task, the assignment. They were just ignoring it until the last minute, and everybody started panicking several hours before the deadline, and eventually, of course, yeah, it's not gonna work. The professor even docked our points. So frustrated. Well, now you know what you need to do the next time you're in a similar situation, right? Oh, thank you, Evelyn. That's very nice of you to say. It's just, you know, because I was just telling the guys that the short beanie that I was wearing up until a few streams ago, it was just getting really warm, a bit too warm, so I had to switch. No, left leather reminds me of our convo. Notice whether someone is authentic or not. Oh, noticing, okay. Hello, teacher. Do you by any chance wear a summer hat or something? A summer hat? This is, you know, I wear, this is not my first time wearing this particular, bandana, I guess you could say. I've worn this before. I just bought a few more new, so I can wear them this summer. They do a really good job of absorbing the sweat, so I like to wear these under my hats and other stuff. So I don't know exactly what you mean by summer hat. Is there such thing as a summer hat? I guess the hats, yeah, I guess those are pretty appropriate for summer. Okay, so in about 3 minutes, we're going to end this stream, and we're going to take about a 5-minute break, and then we're going to start our second half of the stream. It's already scheduled, so I had 2 streams scheduled for tonight. One was this one, and the other will be starting at 9, and so we're going to have to move over to that stream, and we're going to take 10 minutes break. We're going to take a 10-minute break. About being authentic. We are humans, so everybody has his limit of his own, but we just try our best. So we understand exactly what you mean. Well, yeah, because I guess there could be a number of reasons I don't show you everything or tell you everything or present myself, you know, as I am. But I think a big part of that would be that you don't want to see that side of me, you know? So, hi, I'm just stopping by. We'll watch the summary or the whole video later. Okay, cool. Thanks for stopping by and saying hello. Kaidonim. Binmori. Wow. Pop 상치 된장, how tasty. Yeah, that does sound good. Guys, when was the last time you had a really perfectly grilled fish? It's been a while for me. It's been a while. Did you buy that to wear in... Oh, yeah. I totally bought this to wear in hot weather, you know. So it's mainly a sweat absorbent, but it doubles as a hat, I guess you could say. Okay, it's 8:50, guys. I'll see you on the other side. Thanks for spending this time with me and chatting with me. I really enjoyed it. I'll see you at 9, everybody. Let's take 10.